Hey Falcon Nation, broadcasting from Falcon Corner Studio, voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert, still sitting in for the suspended Danny Berg, Director of Athletics, Erik Larson. Did you just have such a great time last week that you just extended the suspension?
Yes, that's exactly why. You know, I just remember I said last week how much I enjoyed this and doing this.
And you're the boss, so you can do whatever you want.
So we said that we were going to reevaluate his suspension, and we did, and we said one more week.
It's nothing bad about Danny. It's just how much fun you have just hanging out with me for 15 minutes.
Well, but let him know that you're still suspended.
It happens. It happens. But he'll be better for it.
Yes.
Yes.
I want this to be a live and learn moment for Danny Berg.
Will he still be a good guy to know when he comes back?
Oh, I'm sure he will.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Good.
I have no doubts about that.
Yep. Good. Let's chat.
Hey, there's a lot going on. We're really gearing up this week.
Yep.
Football had their scrimmage this past Saturday.
Yes.
I received some good reports. How about you?
I talked to Coach the last 2 days, and he was happy. He got his guys in as much as they can and got as many plays in. He played everybody, so everybody is whatever they're at now, 120 plus, but was very happy with what he saw. So they're back at it again Thursday
night
when
down
they
at
travel to Albright.
Yep.
So it's good for the guys to hit other guys, you know, and see
instead of each other.
Yeah, and see some other competition. So I think they liked it because they really think there's a season coming, right? So it's hopefully erasing any doubt that we may or may not, have a season. We have our full schedule, got our scrimmages in, we're ready to roll.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because this is it's closer than normal than what we've had in 18 months or more. Now they're going to get 2 scrimmages in before they head out to Indiana and play a tough Iowa Central team. So it's great for the guys to get a good look, see somebody else and gear up and get ready for the regular season.
And for me, I think most importantly, they came back. Everyone was healthy.
That was the biggest thing. That was one of the first things I asked Coach Todd. Were we healthy coming back?
No major injuries, and Coach said we looked very strong. So of course, my big thing is to make sure we're strong and to make sure that we could get on and off the field okay.
Right.
So we could check that one off the list.
Now the other thing to look forward to this week is women's soccer. Scrimmage at home on Friday versus Middlesex. So that's another group. We're looking forward to seeing them in action.
Yep, it would be nice to see Coach Tweedy. I know she's been working very hard with her ladies. They're going a couple times a day, and they're with me in the weight room.
You as well.
5 days. Yep. So we'll see how they are. I can promise that they'll also be strong, and hopefully they'll be healthy and well conditioned.
And you know what? And that's a big deal, especially coming from an abbreviated spring season.
Yep.
We need to get these girls conditioned for a college athletic program, and her numbers are great.
Yep.
So we had some issues the last couple seasons where we didn't always finish with 11, and
I think we're going to make it this year.
I think we'll be okay. I think we're really heading down the right path.
Right, and she has a nice mix of some returners and stuff too. Getting that extra year of eligibility back has has helped a couple of the ladies stay around for at least another semester to compete this fall. So great things for soccer. So if anyone's interested in that, we believe is at Shout Stadium in Dunmore, 4:00 on Friday.
That's our home away from home, Shout Stadium. Yes.
So good luck to our women's getting out on the pitch, as us football people say.
Now, we have another humongous event this weekend.
Yes.
Are you aware of what that is?
Go.
That is our final move-in weekend. So the remaining of our athletes will be here.
Yep.
Classes start on Monday.
Exciting times.
Tons of activities going on. Falcon Fest will be on Saturday. So lots going on.
I'll be signing autographs from 6 to 8 p.m. You didn't know that the event I am running is just going to be come and get. I could sign at the Voice. I could sign at the Voice Mike Rickert. I could just sign Mike Rickert.
Well, I'm glad Tom is here because he's the only guy letting me know about those things. They reserve space for you to sign autographs over the weekend.
Of course.
That's incredible.
Hopefully Tom maybe could get some headshots of me and I could just give out a headshot too.
Did you let the fans know, good guy to know, Dan Berg is still suspended? That's part of it. You can't sign autographs until you're reinstated.
He's not even coming.
Okay.
It's just me.
All right. That's like athletic eligibility. You're just not eligible yet to participate in Falcons Corner.
Exactly. So we have all our fall athletes moving in, and then we have one fall sport we're still hoping to get off the ground. And I know Tom is going to talk to Coach Peet in a second, but he's having some open trials this week down at Riverfront Sports since the gym is still out of commission. We'll talk about that in a second. But we'll find out where he is number wise and how attendance has been. I know of at least one girl who is showing up down there because she came into the student union yesterday, and I had her just pointed down to Riverfront Sports.
Well, that's good, because every number counts right now.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what Coach P has to say, and we're really looking forward to what he's going to bring to this program once we get that established and you get a base of a team put together and move from there. So it'll be good.
Good. Well, we'll be taking the camera on the road to various fall athletic events besides football this year. I mean, will we be broadcasting? Since there's going to be fans allowed, at events now, but are we still going to be live streaming any of these events?
We are going to do our best, all manpower dependent, to stream as many events as we can. Tom and I have talked about how we can get soccer, and we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best to get them all. Football we've scheduled for. Volleyball is easy because once it's in the gym, so we have the camera set up for that. Soccer would be the tough one, and that's what we're going to work at. But we're going to strive to do our best and get as many of those games streamed as possible.
Good.
And we had some students that helped us out last spring. We might be calling them back into duty.
That would be great.
And see if we can get those.
That would be great. I know a couple that are on the list we've already tried to reach out to.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we'll see them soon. I know they're very busy and some specialty health programs here, but if Lexi Bruno is watching the show, or her sister Ashley, tell Lexi to come see us.
Yeah, we're still waiting to hear from you.
Yes, exactly. And then one more thing, and then before we break off for Tom and Todd, is I'm excited because media days are coming up, right? So
that's right.
Wednesday, soccer media day.
Yep.
Right. So we'll have some nice one-on-one interviews, not only with our coaches, but also some players, and then Sunday, football media
Sunday
day.
Football down at the stadium.
Beautiful.
That's been another point of contention, but not everything out of our control.
Right.
We haven't had access to the stadium because of a renovation project going there. But yeah, we're going to have media day down at the stadium, a football venue. So it'll be a great time on Sunday.
So all Falcon Nation, if they want to get a little inside of some of our student athletes, and the fall side, we'll be throwing those out there throughout the week, next week, and the following week as we get up to the start of our seasons.
They'll be continuing to light up social media for us. So
Good.
We'll get that information out there.
All right, let's pause, take a break. Bring in Todd and Tom.
I like it.
And then we'll come back, we'll talk about the gym.
Perfect.
All right.
Just trying to stir up the muddy waters already.
Yes.
Jeez.
Awesome. All right. We'll be back on the Falcons Corner. Take flight.
Imagine where you could be tomorrow if millions were invested in your success today. At Lackawanna College, $3.6 million is available to qualifying students impacted by COVID-19 to help with their cost of attendance and related expenses. And that's in addition to our generous scholarships and financial aid programs. With an education from Lackawanna College, imagine where you'll be tomorrow. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Back on Falcons Corner, Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director, here with our head women's volleyball coach, Todd Peet. Coach Peet, thanks so much for joining us here, and welcome to Lackawanna College.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm very excited.
Yeah, we're very happy to have you along here, and it's an interesting time, obviously, for you to kind of walk in and take over. We're hired about a month and a half ago, and taking over a program that didn't get a chance to compete this past season because of the pandemic and everything. So it's been a minute since we've been talking about volleyball here at Lackawanna College. I'm sure that's been challenging for you to try to get that thing back up and running, right?
Yeah, very, very challenging. A lot of there's a lot of interest out there for the sport. A lot of questions being asked whether or not the sport still in existence, and what the health of the sport is for Lackawanna College.
Right.
But based on a lot of the feedback that we've gotten, there seems to be a lot of interest in wanting to renew the sport and bring it back to life here.
Well, you and I talked probably soon after you got hired in my office, just kind of getting to know each other, and we talked a little bit about the area and how volleyball, women's volleyball, has come such a long way really in the last 10 to 15 years or so, since a lot of local high schools kind of introduced the sport. It's taken off, and there's a lot of talent. It just feels like there's a lot of talent and there's a lot of demand in Northeast PA for volleyball.
There is. It's grown significantly, and there's a lot of coaches out there and a lot of promotion of the sport with sports or with volleyball all year long. So there's a lot of obviously from the school perspective, there's a lot of summer leagues. There's a lot of camps now in the area. And there's a lot of intramural sports being built out, and the schools are taking an effort in building the sport as well, and it's exploding. And I think television with the Olympics, that certainly helps matters.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you have that, and then obviously when the NCAA like Division I tournament is on, it's this massive sprawling tournament, just like the basketball tournament is, right? And it's got a ton of competitive teams too.
It is. And a lot of D1 schools, Penn State being local for us is a significant school, very dominant in that sport for many, many, many years with Coach Ross. So volleyball has really taken off. So what are you looking for here? Obviously, you're looking just to get some more players, get some interest drummed up for the program and whatnot. You've got open tryouts all this week down at Riverfront from 4 to 6. That's correct.
Every weekday. But what do you want to see out of this program, kind of in this first year or so?
Yeah. So the first year, obviously, as you mentioned earlier, it's been very challenging as a result of not having really a full year and a half to do some recruiting. So Coach Gabby and I are spending a significant amount of time in the beginning here just getting organized and getting some structure built, and starting to communicate out in the community with a lot of the clubs to gain some interest in not only for Lackawanna College but for what we're doing here. As you said, Riverfront practicing / tryouts are 4 to 6 at Riverfront this week and next week. And our goal is to players and girls that have experience playing volleyball in high school. It could be 1 year to 4 years. You're welcome to be a part of the process. From a long-term objective, we want to be a dominant Region 19 volleyball program where when we walk into a gym, at another school, or the schools are coming here, they're going to be a little intimidated by what Lackawanna College is going to bring.
Now let's talk obviously about your experience. You're someone who's been around, has played a lot of volleyball at all kinds of different levels, across the country, and have coached obviously at AAU as well. How do you kind of translate that experience to coaching at the collegiate level?
Yeah, that's a great question. So a lot of it is obviously my competitive nature, right? So playing at typically a higher level when I was younger. Traveling the country, playing in tournaments, and playing on teams that were rather significant in the volleyball community. Traversing that into a coaching with AAU, playing and coaching at a high level. I coached U18 AAU, so essentially that's preparing all of the girls for college and collegiate volleyball. And we've had a lot of success in doing that. It was a good time for a transition for me to come to Lackawanna College and kind of take the AAU program that was built, that was successful, into the collegiate.
Yeah, and you brought Gabby Sinceri on, who you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
What has she kind of helped out with in terms of kind of getting you settled? Is there some delegation you can kind of give to her so you can kind of get your bearings and everything? Well,
the first thing is Gabby is just such a fantastic individual, right? She's a fantastic player too. She plays at a very high level currently. She does quite a bit of traveling in the area, and she's rather successful in doing that. And I think that experience and that competitiveness is going to translate to the girls. But I also think it's also nice to have her there to support the girls that where perhaps it might be more of a challenge for me.
Right. And I know there's some frustration with the athletic director about the gym, and I'm sure he'll talk about that in a minute. But you haven't obviously been able to get in there yet with your team or anything. But when that thing is eventually done, I mean, how cool is that as a venue in terms of volleyball?
Yeah. So I started here. I played basketball here when I was in high school. This facility is phenomenal and brings back a lot of great memories. So it's quite an honor to be back here. It's in a different sport, obviously, but to be able to play here or to coach here and to be on that gym floor is pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to how the new layout's going to be. It's going to look great. The advantage that the director Erik has given is very clear, and he is very dedicated in wanting to build the volleyball program, and is providing a lot of resources and tools to help facilitate that. So that was a big reason for me wanting to come to Lackawanna College.
So again, tryouts right now / practice 4 to 6 every weekday down at Riverfront there, that big sprawling facility they have down there on Olive Street there. That obviously is a a big boon to a lot of youth sports.
Sure is.
Here in northeastern Pennsylvania. I mean, what do you look for when these? Obviously, you're looking for some experience and whatnot, but as a volleyball coach, kind of explain to me like how you know someone's got it, like how you know someone's got it, has an opportunity to play.
Right. So I look for, the ideal player is the all-around player, right? The player the athlete that can set, that can hit, that can pass, doesn't let the ball hit the floor, has that dedication and that drive, not just on the court, but in the school and the academics portion as well. Ideally, those athletes that have all of those attributes, kind of help bring a team together, because it's somebody that you can count on. And when you have more of those, then you solidify a pretty strong team.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
All right. Well, interested parties, if you're watching this, you're a student at Lackawanna College and you want to try out for the team, you still have your opportunity, which would be tonight 4 to 6, and then Thursday and Friday as well 4 to 6, because this comes out on Wednesday. So get down there, Riverfront, go see Coach Peet, see Coach Sunseri, and see if you can be a part of the Falcons volleyball program. Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck this season, building the team and all that. Certainly we'll be checking in and hope to talk about the successes down the road for you.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and I look forward to everyone coming out.
Absolutely. We'll be back with more in Falcons Corner. Take flight.
Each one of us has a dream. The challenge in today's world is how to achieve it. Now, more than ever, that's the case. Don't fall behind on your dreams or your college education. You can take your general education classes in English, math, and social science locally at Lackawanna College. Our credits transfer to most colleges, so you won't fall behind. Call Lackawanna College today to find out how you can stay home, stay safe, and still pursue your college education. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
We are back, Falcon Corner Studio. I heard Tom mention that before, and we're just going to roll with Falcon Corner Studio.
It's funny you say that, because we were just moving stuff around down here in the first floor of the Student Union, and it just kind of, we took this space over, and now we call it the studio.
And we are looking for live audience members. So if you want to come in and watch a taping of the Falcons Corner and be part of a live studio audience, you are more than welcome to come in Tuesdays at 1:30 when we're broadcasting, when we're filming this thing.
And we definitely invite them to do that, because I don't know if people would really believe the things that we do.
Yep.
And how fast we pull them off.
Unbelievable. So speaking of how fast we pull things off, the gym floor, I said I would restart painting the steps, and I did. And then the next day I saw contractor trucks outside the gym. I was like, that's unbelievable. What a great job by me. But
listen, I was giving you all the credit in the world.
It wasn't the floor guys. It was more the contractors who are removing some bleachers for us to make some walkways. But we still got people in the gym. But the floor is still, we're still waiting. So is there a timetable where we could see volleyball and basketball on that floor soon?
So the latest is, and I'm going to put air quotes around the word supposedly.
Okay.
We are going to see activity in the gym beginning tomorrow.
Beautiful.
They're going to start moving the volleyball poles, the holes in the floor, and we're looking to have it, finish up painting and finishing next Monday.
Good.
I'm hoping that's reality.
We're close.
Actions speak louder than words.
Exactly.
So those are the words I've received. I'll believe it when I actually see that happen in action.
Yep. Good. And then I just want to give a special shout out to me, because I am supposed to be on the injured list.
Yes.
I had to gut through this episode, which I believe is episode 5. So
Already?
I couldn't have 2 fill-ins. Like you're a fill-in for the good guy to know.
Yeah, because
and
he's
I'm the
suspended.
voice. So I had to just fight through my quad injury. So I want to just give a big shout out to me and how I just sucked it up for the last 20 minutes to be able to get through this show.
Now, you and I were talking about this the other day, because it seems to me that you are now starting to fight genetics a little bit. Age is already starting to. I'm seeing wear and tear.
It has. So I have a little bit of
I'm concerned.
I have a bowling injury, but we're going to be okay.
You don't hear or see of those every day.
I'm not proud of myself, but it did come down to me competing with my older son, and I was not going to let him beat me, because there's only a few things left.
Well, that's important.
Yes.
That's really important. You don't let your
kids I was never a parent who allowed their kids just to win.
Yeah.
Nah, you'll have time for that when you get older, and I get older.
Right.
But there's only a few things. He beat me at golf last week. I was like, well, we just got to shut this down. I got to beat him at bowling. And then I risked my left quad for it. So if you see me running through the seats of Scranton and Dunmore and the surrounding areas, you see a guy running more favored on his right side because his left. It's just because I had a bowling injury.
Yeah, you're almost running in circles now.
Almost. But I'm a tough dude. I got it. I'm proud of myself. But
Well done.
yes, but make sure you tune in. LackawannaFalcons.com, all our schedules, all of our stuff, because we're playing real soon. And then make sure you're checking us on YouTube, especially with Media's Day coming up, and just get a go to, take a look at all our student athletes and, what they're going on more of on a personal
Yep,
side.
and you're talking about
just-
Media Day, and along with Media Day, there's going to be schedule releases, so
Yep.
those are coming out as well.
Awesome, good. And then Facebook, Twitch. I love Twitch.
Twitch.
Beautiful.
He's they're gearing up here, they're as well, so that'll be good too.
Yep. So we are full steam ahead. Fall 2021, ready to fly.
Here we
Take
go.
flight, Falcons. We'll see you next week.